welcome to the SATS Show, your beginner-friendly guide to saving in Bitcoin. This is not financial advice. Just sharing my story. Just sharing lessons in Bitcoin. What the heck is Bitcoin? Why should I care? Is it really the best asset to preserve your wealth in? I don't know. Go look it up. Do some research. Go read Inventing Bitcoin. Go read the Bitcoin Standard. Go watch Tuttle Twins cartoon. Go watch what else? Go watch Michael Saylor's Prague Bitcoin speech, 2023. It's a really good speech or presentation. Anyway, all that stuff is linked in our Discord. ! Discord? For the SATS Show Discord server. Come in, hang out, get educated, learn about Bitcoin. We don't do any other coins here. We don't do any poop coins. Only Bitcoin, Bitcoin only, but in a nice way. Okay? I don't curse on my channel. I don't curse on any of my channels. So if you want to watch this show with your kids, that's fine. It's not for kids, it's for grown-ups. But what's wrong with kids learning about the financial system and how they not only robs their parents, but is also robbing them of their future prosperity? Ain't that sad? That's sad. Very sad. Anyway, welcome to the SATS Show. Let's get the show started right with the SATS strength. SATS strength. Today, the price of Bitcoin is $30,525, and for a single dollar, you can buy 3,276 Satoshis. What the heck is a Satoshi? I heard somebody in the background say, what the heck is a Satoshi? A Satoshi is the smallest denomination for Bitcoin is a Satoshi. We like to call them SATS for short. If you see this symbol here, this symbol is a symbol for Satoshis. That symbol is a symbol for Bitcoin. Bitcoin, Satoshis. 100 million Satoshis equals one Bitcoin, just like 100 pennies equals $1. Okay, there you go. A little quick overview. What's up, Leonard? What's up, Carl? Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for hitting that like button. Thanks for smacking that like, stacking the likes. Whew, I'm so worn out today. I did regular work. I went to jiu-jitsu. We did a show right before this. Now we're doing the second show of the night. Play my belly. All right. So that was a SATS strength. Let's jump into the next segment of the show, which is why we stack. This is the inspirational part. The locker room pep talk speech before the big game. Are you tired of not being able to figure out why you can't save for things? You're working 2 jobs, you're saving that money, and still it's super hard to keep up. It's super hard to make ends meet because your money, the US dollar, is stealing from you. It's stealing from you at the rate of about 8 to 10%. So whatever you're saving for, as long as you're saving for it in dollar, that goal is getting pushed away from you more and more each year because the government continues to print money or to issue credit for money, which in essence creates more money at a higher rate than you can put effort and work for. You get 4 jobs. You can work 4 jobs and you're still not going to be able to keep up with inflation. So what do we do? What's the answer? What's the solution? In my opinion, and this isn't financial advice, but you can look into it and see if you agree or not. Do your research. Take that value, spend what you're going to spend in dollars, pay your rent, buy your food, whatever, spend the dollars as soon as you can because those dollars are most valuable when you first get them. Anything else that you want to save for 6 months and out, I would say put it into Bitcoin or another asset that can hold its value against inflation. Bitcoin is perfect because you don't have to buy a whole house for that benefit of inflation resistance, you can just buy $10 worth, $20 worth, $50 worth, $100 worth on a daily, weekly, or monthly plan. And gradually you'll start to see the benefit of saving in Bitcoin and how it truly does keep that value that you're saving away from inflation. And instead of your goal moving away from you each month, each year, it's actually working towards you. It's actually running at you with arms wide open. It's running at you. Your goals are running at you instead of running away from you, right? The goalpost is getting brought to you by the inflation instead of pushed away from you. Okay? Anyway, I hope that was inspirational. I hope that motivates you to study more Bitcoin. You don't have to become a Bitcoin expert, but you should understand the basics. Buying the Bitcoin, moving it to self-custody on a hot wallet, for example, and then moving it to self-custody on a cold wallet. And then if you're so interested, you have the time, you have the resources, you can run a node, right? And all that stuff. It's hours and hours and hours of research. I understand. And a lot of people don't have time to do that. But we spend hours and hours and hours of study. We might not call it studying, but we spend hours and hours and hours of studying things or looking at things or doing other things that we should maybe take a little bit of that time. 20 minutes, 30 minutes. The 30 minutes you spend here with me, I'm going to help teach you as much as I can about Bitcoin as I learn. And so just you being here is a great step forward in that education, the financial education, right? Because in order to understand the benefits of Bitcoin, you really do need to understand how the current money system works. And the more you understand it, the more it's going to convince you. Just the way that things run now it makes the case for Bitcoin, right? You got to understand that Bitcoin is not something that all of a sudden became money because it just happens to be valuable for some reason or other. Like, for example, gold, right? Where, gold is scarce and people decided that it does hold value, right? That it's worth something because of its scarcity, right? But it's still, even with though gold is scarce, more gold could still be mined. If the price of gold goes up enough, more people will get motivated to go look for gold, right? And eventually find more of a supply. But that's not the point I was trying to make. The point I was trying to make, I think I forgot the point I was trying to make. The point I was trying to make is that, oh, come on, that was going to be a good one too. I got sidetracked with the gold thing. The point I was trying to make, I'm gonna rewatch this video and I'm gonna remember what I was thinking, and then I'm gonna be so sad. Okay, give me a second to think about this. What track was I on? We're talking about the gold. Oh, I almost had it. Okay, let me just focus for a second. Let me think about this. Don't leave me hanging. I know, Carl. I'm sorry. Give me a second to remember. So the gold. What were we talking about? Gold. What feature? Oh yes. Oh, I almost had it. Yes, I got it. I remember, Carl. Gold was never designed to be perfect money. Okay, so the only version of money we've ever had that was actually intended from the beginning to be money that retained its value, and also that you can hold forever if you need to, right, is Bitcoin, right? It's the only time in human history where we've actually designed a money to perform and to have the properties of what would we consider true money, right? So not only that, in addition to being a great form of money that's actually engineered to be a perfect form of money, it's got all these other benefits like the Bitcoin network, right? And a digital version of real estate that stores value, right? Anyway, that's where I was going with that one, Carl. Sorry about that. That's where I was going. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this version of the Why We Stack segment. Let's jump into the stack recap. Yeah, I'm sorry, boss. All right. In this show, the objective is to show how easy it is to save in Bitcoin, a little bit at a time, and over the long run. If we dollar cost average, which in this show we call Bitcoin cost average, because we're done with the dollar, we buy a certain amount of dollars per day, Monday through Friday, and today our average buy price is $27,599. The current price of Bitcoin is $30,510.50. So that means that today we're only going to buy $10 worth of Bitcoin. Our current holding is 0.0117191 Bitcoin. Or another way to say that is you take that decimal point, you move it 8 places over to the back, and you have 1,172,191 Satoshis. LOL, the dollar is the past, man. Yeah. The dollar is probably going to be around for a while, but you're going to need a lot of dollars to do the same stuff that we did before. It's just going to have until eventually it hyperinflates. And who knows, it might not even happen in the next 20, 30 years, but what's important here to always remember is that the supply of money is going to continue to go up, which means your portion of that pie is worth less. The dollars that you're holding have less purchasing power. Did you get it? Let's press the power button. All right. So now let's jump into, let's see, we got, yeah, so it's a stack recap. We're up about 10%, but we don't care about these numbers. We care about this number. Okay. All right. That's good. Let's go ahead and set up the, oops. Yep. Let's go ahead and set up the, set up the account for the stacking that we're about to do. Okay. So in case you didn't know, I'm buying Bitcoin right now at swanbitcoin.com. But you can get there with our affiliate link. Put in here, stacksatshow.com/swan, and you'll get a free. You'll get $10 worth of Bitcoin. So if you go sign up, and your first stack of $10 of Bitcoin will be on Swan. So that's pretty cool. Okay, here we go. It's time for it's time for us to stack some SATS. Right here, buy instantly. $10 worth of Bitcoin. Get set up. Screenshot this buy. Press the buy button. We're paying 10 cents as a fee or $10 worth of Bitcoin. We're going to stack. Oh, green button. Payment initiated. I hit the extra button there. We stacked with Swan. We are. Let's review the spreadsheet and update it with the new information. So today, today is 7/5. I also did stack on the 3rd and the 4th, guys. So I haven't missed a day this week. Okay, so today we got it at 30,601. We bought $10.10 worth. And that yielded 32679. 32679. Copy the formula. Paste the form. Oops. Weird. Copy the formula. Paste the formula. Oh, what? Something's broken here. 42. Oh, this is. Oh, there's a dot right there. 3, 2. That should be a 3, not a dot. 3, 2. There we go. Color this guy. All right. We got 32,679 Satoshis tonight. And that brings our grand total to 1,204,870. See how like we're already at 200 in the thousands column? Like I'm telling you, next thing you know, we're going to have 2 million sats. And then 3 million sats. And then 4 million sats. And then at 10 million sats, we'll flip this 0 here to a 1. And slow and steady, you know, maybe someday we'll get to a whole coin. And guys, at 0.1 Bitcoin, you're like so far ahead of the game. You're so far ahead of the game already. Yeah. At 0.1 Bitcoin, you're pretty much you're in a great position. At 1 Bitcoin though, man, you're good to go. Anyway, all right. So, is that it? That's all I got for you guys today. Chill music, chillax. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the SATS Show. Come back tomorrow. We'll be back at 8:15 on schedule for another episode of the SATS Show where we buy Bitcoin so we can save in Bitcoin so we can preserve our wealth, our value, and let's see how far we can take this experiment. I think we're on this is episode 26. We're going to do 4 more. We're going to finish out this week at least, and then I'm going to think hard over that weekend if we'll continue to do the show after we hit the 30-day mark. My original thought was we'd try this for 30 days, see how it works out, see if it's helpful, and then yeah. So that's what we'll do. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:15 Pacific Standard. You have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, stack sats all day, every day. Bye. I'm so tired. Leonard, I bought Street Fighter 6, dude. I've been playing with my son. I took one of the old computers that I was using to mine, and I'm getting ready to sell a bunch of graphics cards. So I had like a motherboard PC. So I have a motherboard, and all the pieces to make a computer. So I just get one 3080. I'm running Street Fighter 6 on my 3080. It's struggling because the processor is so small, but we scaled down the graphics and it runs pretty good. I'm working with the boys. I'm helping them make. We're gonna make leverless controllers where you buy all the components and you put them into like a board, and there's like a little circuit board you buy. It's like all solderless, dude. It's like buying a bunch of Legos basically, and you connect everything into each other, and then that gives you a USB connection to your computer, or PS5 or PS4, and you can use that. It's like a button. It's like instead of having like a joystick, it's got 3 buttons up here and then one on the thumb. So it's like left, right, and then down, and jump is down here. And then you have your other 8 buttons for all the different punches and stuff. But it's pretty cool. So I'll have them learn some electronics. It's wild. It's pretty crazy. Cool. All right, guys. Again, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for helping me out, Leonard, earlier today too. I appreciate that. Carl, congratulations again on that 70 plus bag. You guys have a great night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Hopefully, if you guys can come in tomorrow, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.